and welcome to the Thrive With Live show. Thank you for watching. Let me know where you're watching from and if you're drinking anything today. So I have a lovely mint tea that my hubby brought for me. So let me know below what you're drinking. And hopefully we have the wonderful Bridgetti joining us at some point. I think she might be busy. I think we might have got our wires crossed today because various things have happened on both of our home spaces and whatever. And I think I've totally confused dear Bridgetti. She is an amazing live streamer and she's written a live streaming book. So she really gives out great content, and I met her through being a guest on Tim Sohn and Jim Fuse's live show. So follow them if you don't follow them. So hopefully she will be with us at some point in the near future. Anyway, I think she may be busy right now, so I'm going to tell you today about how you can create a really succinct, short workflow that you can use every week or every couple of weeks to be really very visible on live in your social media and in your email and in your blog content, with only doing one training. And then the wonderful Stephanie Garcia talks about digital confetti, and I love that. She's absolutely brilliant at teaching this, so do follow her if you haven't followed her. She teaches all about how to spread that digital confetti everywhere. And if I could bring my little overlay of confetti and just show you, if you are watching, the digital confetti, and my mind is blown with this digital confetti. So today we're going to learn about your workflow, and hopefully Bridgetti will be able to join us on the live show at some other point in the near future. So let me just bring on the lovely podcast audience. Don't go anywhere. Let's get into this. I want to help you to be able to be everywhere with only one piece of training content, and then getting a short workflow that you can just tick off your tasks each week, and that is all your social media and everything done. So just get a pen and paper, get a drink, let me know what you've grabbed, and I will be with you in a second.
This is the Thrive With Live show, the podcast where you can learn to go live with poise, professionalism, and peace of mind. Live video is the best free tool to win clients and grow your income and authority. So, if you want to ditch the overwhelm and confusion to skyrocket your online success through the dynamism of live video, then you are in the right place. This podcast covers all aspects, from your mindset, voice, style, and personal branding to all the technology and tools you need to get started and grow with live video. And now, here is your host, Katie Simpson.
Hello. So I absolutely love teaching this to help you get over the overwhelm and just to create your content and be everywhere without burning yourself out. Who wants to be burnt out? We know that we really ought to be here and there and everywhere. And we can get really stuck in the weeds over creating our content. So this is the vodcasting method that I teach. So vodcasting is video podcasting. So I teach to start with a live video like this, or it can be just on your phone. You don't need to have all the bells and whistles. And then you use that live training and you make a podcast of it. Again, you don't need loads of expensive equipment. You don't need a whole load of knowledge to do that. And then you can transcribe that and put it out into digital confetti in the interwebs. So I hope your mind is blown with this. So, vodcasting method. Be a vodcast pro. So, number one, the vodcasting method is actually about your voice. So, being vocally literate, knowing how to warm up, knowing how to engage your audience, knowing how to sound confident. So your voice, I think, not many people talk about this, but I think it's really important. It doesn't mean that you have to be a different person if you don't like your voice, but there's lots that we can do with our voice to make it sound really great and actually to sound like our unique selves, our own voice. We all pick up habits of vocal habits, and maybe some are bad from our environment, from our sensitivities to things, our culture, all those sort of things. And we can learn to, just with a few little techniques that you can do a few times a week, or every day is best, but just a few little things, and you can actually change the vocal habits and be vocally literate. So that's the first thing for my vodcasting method. So if you can improve your voice, have less filler words in there, have less massive gaps. So maybe we tend to talk in short bursts, and then we're going to have to edit a load of times our content that we create. So basically, if you can be vocally more literate, more engaging to listen to, then you're going to have less editing to do. Your content is going to basically be pretty good out of the bat. So that's the first thing, your voice. So secondly, for getting your digital confetti, that is a trademark name by Stephanie Garcia, by the way, so do follow her. So if you want your content to get out there without a whole load of burnout and overwhelm, second thing out of my vodcasting method is to be organized. So schedule and plan your workflow. I personally use Asana, and I love being able to tick off the tasks each week. Just break the tasks down into really simple little tasks, starting with deciding what I'm going to talk about on the video, who I'm going to have as a guest, scheduling them in, deciding on a title, those sort of things, just breaking it all down and being able to tick off those boxes that you've done that, and you will start creating this great workflow. And I don't know about you, but my brain tends to be a bit all over the place. I have bits of paper all over the place of things that I've been learning, things that I've been thinking about, to-do lists and all these sort of things, and I can get really quite overwhelmed. Whereas if I have something like Asana, so everything is just in there, what I've got to do each week, and I've just got to spend 5 minutes just doing that one task, ticking it off. 5 minutes, next task, ticking it off. I don't know about you, but that's such a great dopamine hit, and it makes me get things done as well. So first thing, your voice. Second thing, being organized, scheduling and planning your workflow. The third thing I would recommend I do for my podcasting method is design. So your visual design for your thumbnails, for your graphics, for your video shorts, for maybe that's to do with what you're wearing or how you're looking. Think about your branding, your visual design. If you're going live just on your phone, that's absolutely fine. You can put stuff in the background. You can be wearing certain things. So maybe there's certain things that people know about you and you wear those certain things. So that is part of your branding. So that's the third thing, your design. Have a little think about that. The fourth thing is your confidence. Camera confidence is a phrase that's been bandied around for quite a few years now, and I think it's a lifelong practice. I think so myself. Every time I go live, I learn a little bit more about myself, about what was good and what was not good. All these things I learn about what my audience relate to and they like and things like that. So it's not just learning about your own confidence, but it's also learning about the tech, the tech that you're using. So make it simple. I always recommend that you make it simple. Don't make it too complicated. But if you want to up level your look, your sound's the most important thing. You get a microphone and you've got to learn how to use it, where to plug it in, what to press. That can take quite a while, and that's a bit of a confidence thing to do. And if you've got a new webcam or you've got a new cameras can take a lot longer. I'm going through that one at the moment. So and your vocal confidence as well, practicing breathing techniques so you're more relaxed, you're not rushing your words, you're getting used to pausing instead of having a filler word and feeling like you've got to fill up the space. We tend to do that, don't we? So that is the fourth thing out of the vodcasting method: confidence. Woohoo, you're doing well so far. So next thing that we have is we talk about your audience. So it's really important to say hi to who's ever's watching, and to try and engage with them just on a human level, one-to-one. You don't have to be really intense about your training, but I'll just give you a little tip about that. So do engage. I always recommend starting off with a live video as your training. You can just do it, you schedule it, and then you've just got to do it. So when you are live, I really, really, really recommend that you talk to your audience. So if you have pre-scheduled your live video to go out at a certain time, but you can't do it at that time, so you've pre-recorded, that's fine, but be there in the comments for them and say hi and interact with your audience. Even if there's no one there, you can pretend it. So the little tip that I have for you is make sure you do interact with them. If you can bring their comments on the screen and give them a little shout out, that gives them a little boost as well, which is really, really nice. But the pro tip is that you don't have to stop mid-sentence and go, oh, hi, so-and-so, because that can be very, very tempting to do. I tend to do it, but it's good to leave it to maybe after your first point or your first couple of points or after your intro, something like that. And do tell them that I'll talk to you. Thank you so much for your comments. I will get to them in just a minute when I've finished this little section, so that they know what they're expecting and they know that you're not forgetting them. So that is the fifth point: audience. And these things can really help you to get a tight workflow and be everywhere in social media without overwhelm and burnout, and just get this tight workflow going each week so that you can do it. I know what it's like to struggle with health issues, with feeling overwhelmed, being busy, and so this has made such a difference to me. And people think that I'm everywhere on social media, and I'm really, really not. It's just because I've worked on this workflow and got this down. So the next thing, the sixth thing out of the vodcasting method, vodcast, is your software. So to do this method, to be able to go live visually, to be able to be in different places at the same time, so multi-stream, multicast, be on Facebook and LinkedIn, maybe YouTube, maybe Instagram, maybe all these places at the same time. You need software for that. Software for making a podcast, so doing your audio and You need software for making a blog as well. You need software, and it can be really simple too, for making your short videos, like CapCut, or what I use is Descript. And so you need to learn to use these tools, paid tools or free tools, a little bit as well. So that is the S of vodcast, and now we're on the T of vodcast. So technology. So good lighting. Need to get some good lighting, and that could just be utilizing the sun. A good camera. The easiest way is to utilize your phone camera, and propping it up on a tripod, having it a good angle, and microphone. The sound quality is the most important thing. If your live video is like the way I went live earlier, and it was really windy today, and I had to apologize on my phone live because it was really windy, and I know they would probably hear the wind, so if it's too bad, people will turn off. So a microphone, and it can be a simple one. There's a good one for phones that's about £7, so about $9. Honestly, it's fine, and you can plug it into your computer as well. You don't have to spend a whole load. I mean, the one that I'm using is called the Heil PR40, and it is a fantastic microphone. But, there's that tech learning curve, that tech confidence that takes a while. So always start small and get your confidence up and grow. So that is the vodcast bit of the vodcasting method. Now we go for the Vodcast Pro. Can you get to that pro level with your workflow each week to be able to go podcast, live video, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, blog post, video shorts? Yeah, you can do all these things, and you can be a pro at it. So the P of pro is practice. So you need to be able to practice to become a pro at being everywhere, sprinkling your digital confetti everywhere. So build your confidence up step by step. So it does take practice. It takes time. It takes having grace to yourself, giving yourself grace. And like the chap who wrote that book, Atomic Habits, James Clear, he talked about getting 1% better each time, and being happy if you can just learn one little thing to get better each time. So practice to get 1% better, and after you've done it 100 times, you'll be 100 times better than you were in the first time. So to become a pro at it, you need to practice. To be a pro at it, you need to learn to repurpose. So this is talking about getting your live video and making it, first of all, into a podcast. Okay, so that actually can be a really simple process. It can be as simple as you want, really, or as fantastic as you want, and take more time and take maybe 3 or 4 hours to do it. It depends how much level of perfection that you want out of your podcast. But I do it in a fairly simple level. Well, saying that sort of mid-level, it takes me about 1.5 hours to take my live video straight into a podcast. So repurpose into a podcast, repurpose that into a blog. So once you podcast, then depending on which platform and tools that you use, you can transcribe your words, and you can make a blog out of that. You can make a long post out of that for Facebook. You can make various short posts, quote posts for Twitter. You can make an audiogram, you know, if you've seen those. So there's a little still image, or maybe it's a slightly moving little graphic, and you can maybe see the waveform, the wiggly lines on it, and you can hear somebody's voice, and it's just a short, juicy segment of your show, your podcast. So those are some of the ways that you can repurpose, and it really helps. If you can put these into your workflow, you can learn to use these tools and start with the simple free tools first and then build from that. And you can, you know, include email as well in that and build your workflow as you go. That's what I teach, to start simple with all of these things and start building, and your confidence will grow, your followers will grow, and all sorts. It's amazing. And the last thing for being a vodcasting or a video podcasting or a content creation pro is to outsource and grow. So we don't have to do all of this ourselves. Imagine if we outsourced and we paid somebody for a couple of hours to do all this, 2 or 3 hours, do this each week for us. Can you imagine? We can spend all that time growing our business. So to be a content creation pro, vodcasting pro, outsource and grow. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching the Thrive with Live show. And I really, really would love it if you could tell me how this has helped you, how you're going to take a tidbit and try and work on it. I'd love you to tag me if you're doing any of these things and just show me what you're doing, and I can give you a bit of a shout out. Now, in talking about this month is the month of April when I'm recording this live. And we are almost right in the middle of our live video challenge. We can call that live video every day in April. And we are going live every day in April and challenging ourselves to do that. And there's just a very simple task each day of what you need to talk about, a suggestion of what you need to talk about. So I really encourage you to go live and connect with your audience. It really will amaze you. If you do it for 30 days, you will be amazed at how much you grow, how much your confidence grows, how much your content grows and everything. So an example of something that's happened to me because I've been doing this is Facebook have given me a title on my page of Rising Creator. Woohoo! I'm so excited about that. So I am going to show on the screen that it's exploding fire. So excited about being called that. And it just shows that I am growing. I'm getting more engagement. People are learning about me. People are learning to trust me. I'm not doing some amazing professional show every single day like I do this. I'm out in the wind and the rain with my dog. No makeup on my hair, flying all over the place. I'm just connecting and just focusing on one little thing that I talk with my audience, and I talk to them for a couple of minutes maybe, and that's that. And it shows up in their feed, and they start seeing me turning up in their feed. So I really recommend that you try this. There is another one happening in August, but I call that VEDA after my dear mum, who is called Vida, and that is video every day in April. So that's doing a video, maybe a pre-recorded one or a live one, whatever suits you at the time. So I really encourage you to try and just start with that one thing for your workflow. Yeah, just start with that. Then you can download it from Facebook onto your computer, and you can make short videos for your stories, short videos for your reels out of it, and then just add one little thing each time. So I adore teaching this, and do tag me If any of this has helped me, tag me on Instagram at Thrive with Live Video and Podcasts, or on Facebook, Katy Simpson, Katie Simpson, and I'd love to know that I've helped you. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of the Thrive with Live show. We have two amazing guests coming up. Bridgetti Lim Banda, who is a live streaming pro and has written a great book on live streaming. Hopefully sometime she will be able to come. And Anna as well, who Anna Xavier, who teaches amazing things about podcasting, and she is a great strategist over that. So I'm really excited about her coming on the show as well. So I will love you and leave you, and see you in the next live video. Before I go, I was talking to a lovely English friend of mine, and she was talking about something, that a little win that she'd got, and she said, "Winner, winner, chicken dinner." And I said to her, I'll add that to my live show. So can you be a winner, winner, chicken dinner, and go live and just start making 1% better each time and add to your weekly workflow? And if you do, I will be so happy. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye.